Okay, in this video we're going to look at how to calculate the volume of a cone. So we're going to use this formula here, and actually I've got two versions of it, and they're both exactly the same. So V for volume equals pi r squared h divided by 3, or V for volume equals 1/3 times pi r squared h. Both exactly the same. The only difference is one you're factoring out the 1/3. I personally like to use this one, but you most certainly could use the other version also. It's exactly the same. So just taking a look at this cone here we got. So we know R stands for our radius. So I can see in this case here, radius is going to be 2. And H is going to stand for height. Now we don't want to confuse this with slant height. Remember, the height of the cone in a pyramid is always, if you take from the top and you drop that line right down to the middle, and it hits at 90 degrees. So in this case here, the height is 5 centimeters. So going over to our formula, we're going to substitute in. We're going to use brackets to remind us that we're going to multiply. Again, I'm going to use the abbreviated version of pi, 3.14 times radius to the exponent 2 times height 5 divided by 3. So let's take care of that exponent so we don't forget about that. So I'm going to hang on to the pi. 2 to the exponent 2 is 4. So now, you can punch all this in once if you'd like. I like to do it in 2 steps. So I'm going to multiply out on top here. So if I did that correctly, 62.8. Oh, sorry about that. Let me get back to my pen. And then divided by 3. Now again, I like one decimal place. This one comes out to 20.9. But we can even round that up to 21. Okay, now I'm going to show you another example here. This will be, we're going to do the volume of this cone here. So I'm going to write down my formula. Now this one here, I can see that they gave me the radius is 5, so I'm going to mark that down. Now this one here, they did not give me the height. Remember, the height is from the top, dropping right down to 90 degrees. They gave me 13, which is on the slant. See, they gave me the slant height there. So I'm going to take that triangle that we can draw inside the cone. Actually, I'm going to highlight it here so it shows up a little bit better. So we can see there, the radius would be this part at the bottom, and the slant height, which they gave us, is 13. We need to calculate h for height. Now, we've got to be careful here, because remember, the slant height is a hypotenuse. So I always need to write that hypotenuse first when I'm using the Pythagorean theorem. So again, working that out. So again, we're going to have that situation where we are going to subtract that 25 from 169 when we balance. And 144, and taking the square root. 12 looks like my height, and I think we're good there because 13 is still the longest piece. So that's the only thing that's different about this particular volume question. So we got to calculate our height. Now I can go here. I can sub in with my brackets. Again, I'm going to take care of that exponent first. 5 to the exponent 2. 5 times 5 is going to give us 25. Your choice, you can punch it all in, or you can do it in 2 steps. So I will do 2 steps. 0.14 times 25 times 12, 942, and divided by 3. looks like 314 centimeters.